Being able to travel is a great benefit of staying healthy. A long trip can be so fun, but if you're going to be seated for a good amount of time, you need to keep your circulation going to avoid blood clots, tension, and stiffness, whether you are going on a long car ride, train, or airplane. If you're on an airplane, it's a good idea to just get up and move every hour, hour and a half. These exercises will also be good for people with limited mobility or people that just want to get that blood going in the morning or in the afternoon. We're going to be starting from the bottom up. And in the article will be a list you can print to help you remember these. So let's get started. For these exercises, I've chosen movements that are not too conspicuous because it is hard if you are traveling on a train or plane and have passengers next to you not to feel odd doing them. But these are hardly noticeable, and I think you'll be able to do them without feeling any kind of discomfort. As I mentioned, we're going to start from the bottom up, and we're going to start with just some heel lifts. You're simply lifting your heels off the floor. This will help get the blood to your ankles, to your feet, because of course, let's think about it, the feet are the furthest away from our heart. So we want that blood to keep moving down there. I would say do about 10 of them. Bring them up and down and hold them a little bit. And you can feel this right in your ankles. Then, of course, there's just toe lifts. Lift your toes up, and if you can, spread them out in your shoes. Again, I highly doubt anybody would even see you doing these. But most people that travel know that you're supposed to move a bit when you're seated. Again, I would do about 10 toe lifts, spreading those toes, taking your time. Good, and now let's just rock our toes and heels. That stimulates, you can feel that right in your calves and in your shins. And go what speed feels good for you. I even feel it coming up a little bit into my quads. Again, maybe about 10 of those. Then we're just going to take our heels side to side for those ankles. And if you put them down just a little bit, that'll help pump the blood. Let's repeat that with the toes, just back and forth. And I would repeat this series of exercises at least every hour, unless you're able to get up and walk around once or twice. Great. Now I want you to take those feet and just press them into the floor like you're trying to move the floor. That really pushes the blood through the legs, through the trunk. Push those into the floor with all your might. Good. Push them again and hold it, or push it down into that floor. And release it, and push, and release, kind of an isometric exercise. And release, and push. Now I know traveling, there's not much room sometimes on these airplanes, but you're just going to lift up one leg and then the other. Very simple. And whatever height feels good to you, because that's getting blood into the quads, into the glutes. And don't take it too fast, just move it a little bit. And if you're more comfortable dividing these up, that's okay too. I'd say about 10 or 20 marches would be great. Now I want you to sit up nice and tall and just squeeze the glute muscles. This one should hardly be noticeable by your fellow passengers. You're just squeezing the bottom and squeezing. That'll push the blood through the whole lower body. And let's do squeeze and release. Good, squeeze and hold it. And release, and squeeze and hold it. And release, and squeeze and hold it. Again, 10's kind of the magic number. Good. Now, you can simply round back into your seat and straighten up and round back. This is great for the spine. And sit up. Because this one is more noticeable, probably 3 or 4 is going to be most comfortable to do. And up and round back and up. Deep breathing is also good. We're just going to twist to the side. You can kind of grab that armrest if it's there and twist to the other side. And twist again. And twist again. If your fellow passenger wonders what you're doing, you can tell him and see if he wants to join you. Now we're going to simply bring those shoulders up and set them down. Kind of scrunch them up and set them down. Again, if you can do 10, that would be great. But if you're feeling a little odd, just do a few. Anything is better than not doing anything, always. And up and down. If you're able to, just press one forward and then the other. Just giving them some movement that pulls a little bit on the upper back. Great. And then just a little head twist. Again, front. And this is another one. Somebody might be wondering, what are you doing? But that's okay. Just do one if that's the case. But we're going to do 2 here. And then the other way. And then just gently tilt that head. You can give it a little rub. That'll get the blood flow going through the neck, right up to the brain. And then the other way, and give it a little rub. Great. And that's all there is to it. We started from the bottom all the way to the top. If you're up for it, just repeat the whole sequence. But if not, try to do it at least each hour or get up and move, because traveling can be such fun to reach your destination feeling good. Here's to feeling good. Thank you for joining me.